Okay, well, we're back at the temple where we unlock the levels. And boy, this game really doesn't like me doing certain things to take shortcuts. It doesn't like me making save states, and it doesn't like me using the speed key. So, at the end of each segment I make a save state, and then when I close the program and load the save state back up again, there's no sound and the whole game crashes within a few seconds. But I'm still able to keep this game running. I'm surprised this thing hasn't completely crashed and burned while I'm recording yet. Oh, don't worry, it probably will happen. So, we're unlocking another level, and we're going to use the speed key, even though the last couple of times I used the speed key, it made the game go crazy. But if we're lucky, maybe that won't happen. You know, it could not happen. The game could be nice to me. So that's the newest area in the Isle of Hags we'll be visiting shortly, and that is the next level. Slow us back down because I believe I should have. Yep, I am indeed the chosen one. Almost every time I come back to the temple, I seem to have enough jiggies to open up 2 levels, although my last playthrough I was actually able to open up 3 levels at once on 2 different occasions, so, you know, that was pretty cool. Let's get all this taken care of. And these puzzle things offer a kind of a nice little preview of what the level will have in store. Of course, it'll be a while before here. And a lot of these previews just show sections of the level that are very different from what the actual is like. But it's still a nice gesture, I suppose. The Great One will show you the way. Yeah, I really wish I could skip these, but if they didn't show these to me, I would have absolutely no idea where the next level is, so they're absolutely paramount, you know. So there's another level. I have no idea what it's called, unless you read the sign. There's probably enough time of it on screen for you to be able to read it. Oh, who am I kidding? The vast majority of you know most things about this game anyway. Alright, so... how many more jiggies do we need to open up level 4? Let me see... 14. I will go to Glitter Gulch Mine, collect exactly 3 jiggies, and then come back. No, that's not gonna happen. We'll be in Glitter Gulch Mine for the rest of this episode. So you just kinda oomph your way over, I guess. And we're gonna go in here. Whoops, sorry, touched the microphone by accident. I hope that didn't cause a small explosion in the recording. You never can tell. So, this is where the second level is, Glitter Gulch Mine, as I get up there, please. Oh my gosh. I could blame the emulator, I could blame the controller. Normally I'm not this bad at this game, I swear. I'm gonna open up another area. And... oh look, it's jam jars. Oh look, it's jam jars, okay. You have multiple eggs in this game? Isn't that great? Yeah, all the new egg songs are pretty short. Although I must say, this was kind of a surprise when I first played this game. It's like, oh hey, we're gonna get multiple types of eggs in this game, that's awesome. Yeah, hint hint, that's what all the new moves in the overworld are going to be. So, we're going to do some semi-sequence breaking here. I don't know if that's the real term, but we're just gonna go ahead and get another move early on that'll help us out in the next level. So you just fire a fire egg in there. Then this area becomes open. And you do this. One thing I wanted to point out that's kind of interesting is that the first two games, Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, Kazooie mostly does pretty much all of the work. However, in the third game, Nuts and Bolts, it's Banjo that does the work. So, a little bit of a role reversal there. Of course, loads of you probably hate that game, but I don't know. I kind of hated that game before I actually played it, but then I actually played it and I really enjoyed it, so... Yeah, all the moves require notes, but the note requirements are so forgiving that you can easily come in here before even going in the next level. Oh, sorry, I forgot to sing. These eggs blow up and they're OP. You can't spell grenade without OP. Oh, wait a minute, there isn't even an O or a P grenade. Figure something out later. But yeah, grenade eggs, you'll be using those constantly throughout the rest of this game. Just saying. But now we can leave this area, and finally... Well, I don't know about finally, it probably just hasn't been going on for that long. I'm gonna head into Glitter Gulch Mine, and you know it's gonna be awesome. Collecting red feathers, I most likely... Oh, right. Oops, I accidentally stood in front of something I hadn't stood in front of before. Quick, we need to be told what it is. There we go. Slam into the floor of this level. Except that we didn't. Although I actually kind of want to do this. If I could do it properly. Go. So another Cheeto page. Open up this, and at the risk of making the whole game crash and burn, we're going to make a save state. These are shoes. Did you know that these are shoes? They did. Alright, so we're going to grab these fast-moving shoes. Go in here. And then the music will slow down, and then they'll be like, hey, there's a door. You should go to the door. And we're gonna run really fast. Oh crap, I still have the speed key on. Okay, there we go. Oh crap. This is the best synthesized flute ever, I gotta say. Made it. That wasn't so hard. I mean, that wasn't so hard, was it? That's the last segment. Don't worry, I'll make references to other things from Hotel Mario. Just be patient, I guess. You know what they say, all toast is toast. Alright, gonna make another save state. We're gonna jump onto this thing. I made it, and I made double shadows for some reason. Must keep making save states for no reason. I do love the sound effects of those weird green cowboy things. Oh! So we got a water maze. Water mazes aren't really especially fun or entertaining to watch, but that entrance that I just took was a shortcut, so if I remember how to get through this, then it'll be a cinch. I want to go this way. Was I wrong? I was wrong. Swimming controls, I was, in some downtime while waiting for the last video to upload, I was playing Banjo-Kazooie, and I must say the swimming controls are greatly improved, because I was on the third level Clanker's Cavern at that point, and man, navigating that area where you're trying to free Clanker in like the really deep underwater area, yeah, that's annoying. Another nice addition from Banjo-Kazooie is that you don't immediately die when you run out of air, except that you kind of do when you don't have a lot of health. See, save stating didn't kill me that time. Alright, we're gonna do this right, I hope. This water maze isn't very hard. I guess I'm just sucking at it while talking about it at the same time. So you go like this, and then you don't miss the tube, as I consistently do for some reason. Alright, let's try this way. I said let's try this way. Okay, there we go. Alright, is this what I want? No, this isn't what I want. This is from... That's how I'm getting out of here at the end of the maze. But first I gotta do the maze. Oh, boy. Okay, I made it to the jiggy again. And now it will take approximately 20 minutes to find my way out of the water maze. Okay, I made it out. It didn't take as long as I thought it was, but I'm probably still going to make a cut anyway. Man, this is getting really annoying. Remember that wonderful first segment where I didn't have to do any of that? Okay, I made it this time for reals. Yeah, that other thing was how you would normally get in here if you didn't take this little shortcut. But that's something that involves some tediousness with this game's transformation, so it's nice to just sort of get that out of the way right away. Alright, so... water storage. This area is mostly empty, but there are a few things we can grab in here. Don't think there's anything I can do on here, so I'm not sure why I'm jumping on. Gonna swim in this disgusting water, because there is something in here. There is something in here, right? Yeah, there it is. I'm not crazy. We're gonna get out of the disgusting water. You know, there was water in the first game that was so horrible that just being in it, like, you had to hold your breath, but that water, not as bad. Jump up here, and we're going to find... Shouldn't this page have, like, disintegrated mostly, being in the water for as long as it probably has been? I mean, I think it's fairly evident that this mine hasn't really been used in a long time. But I guess that is neither here nor there. Let's continue on towards the main area of this mine. This mine is mine. Well, this area still has the crazy disco textures, but it's not quite as prevalent as it was in the last level, so... that's improvement, kinda, right? Alright, I'm gonna go in here because... might have something that I don't need to have this area's new move for, except for the fact that it does, never mind. So, since I already said that I need that new move, I guess I can go and find it. Assuming I don't get lost. These levels are a lot larger than they were in the first game, but... I mean, if you've played this game as much as I have, it's not that hard getting around. But I am gonna go in here, not to do anything with Wumba, but just to activate this pad. Yeah, she let them put a warp pad inside her wigwam. It's the only level where that even happens. Sadly, there's no warp pad inside Mumbo's skull. Alright, here we are. Got some more notes. Oh, I'm on the wrong side, aren't I? Or maybe I'm not. Hang on. Okay, yeah, I am on the wrong side. That was predictable. So we're just gonna get up here, and then we're going to press B 3 times. Okay, it actually worked. We're upgrading your ground pound, so now you'll never use your old ground pound. Funny thing with that, so he is supposed to rhyme with all of those, and for a second when I played this at the first time, I thought that he was just purposefully not rhyming because he says, jump in the air and then hold Z. Kazooie then spins things around with her head. And I'm like, well, Z doesn't rhyme with head. Rare is a British company, and I guess in Britain they say Z instead of Z, just like the Canadians do, so yeah. Of course, if you play this on 360, then the whole thing is ruined, because he says, jump in the air with A and then hold left trigger or right trigger, and then Kazooie spins around with her head. Can't even make a slant rhyme out of that one. I guess you could say you jump in the air and then your left trigger, except that's not a word. So that doesn't work at all. Just sort of making a basic little tour of the level without doing a whole lot, just grabbing notes and activating warp pads, because you need to activate the warp pads. But I am opening up ways for different characters to get to different spots, so it's always useful. So now we're gonna go over here. Since I'm saying that I'm going to try and get all the warp pads activated so I can get around this place more quickly. Guess I'll one more. I think this is the last one. Let's see if I'm right about that. Yep, I got all the warp pads activated. Let's take Mumbo out for a spin. That sounds like fun. I did get that Globo already. Oh yeah, I may or may not have actually said, in order to use both Mumbo or Humba Wumba in this game, you need to grab a Globo. But that's not really that big of an issue, because the Globos are always really easy to find. They're not in or behind the place where they are, then they're probably not more than a couple 100 feet away. It's Mumbo, hello. Okay, fine. Wow, that took a long time for him to acknowledge me. Yes, I want Mumbo's help. Alright. Dora, Mumbo's back. Woo! Gotta love some of the sound effects in this game. I, for one, was not aware. For a while, I thought that like, brown skirt thing was just, like, part of his body, and not something that he had to pull up. Man, his appearance in the original game was really freaky, I just gotta say. It is kinda scary coming from this game. So, I mentioned on the first segment that Mumbo's spells change from level to level. Does anyone want to guess what the spell for this level is? Now let's just go in here and do it. We'll speed up, because every time we do the spell, it takes a long time. This works. Yeah, me too. I hope speeding up the game doesn't make this whole thing crash and burn. I know I've said that twice, but it happened multiple times trying to get to where I wanted to be when I started the segment. So yes, we have a train, and as you can see, I no longer need that pad, so it's disappearing. What's in here? Oh yeah. I believe there is one more thing that I can levitate, so may as well go take care of that now, unless... oh crap. I made a mistake. Because... oh wait, maybe I didn't make a mistake. We'll find out in a moment if I made a mistake. Let me see here. Alright, looks like I didn't. This is a jiggy for later. You're gonna go in that shed and turn something on. But I thought maybe you had to turn the machine on before you put it in there, but no, we're fine. Interestingly enough, when you speed up the footage, it doesn't speed up the music. Which is kind of weird. Emulators are magic. Wow, that was really slow, putting the thing away. Alright. Well, Mumbo, I hope you had a good time. Well, we're done with you for this level. Unless there's something I forgot, which I don't think there is. Most of the time, Mumbo only has 1 or 2 pads. I think the next level he'll have 3, but I'm fairly certain that's the maximum. He's very helpful in that level. That's one of those levels where it's impossible to get all of his stuff done in one go, and you actually have to take him out, do some stuff in the place that he opened, and then take him back out again to do some stuff in the place that he opened after you went in there and did some stuff. I know that sounds complicated, but it's not really. Actually, now that I think about it, that's actually the transformation for that level, but I don't know why I'm talking about the next level when we already have a very interesting level in front of you right now, so... The music is cool, the theme is cool, it's cool all around. So, well, we're going to ignore that crushing shed thing from earlier, because I did go in here just a moment ago and said, oh yeah, I need the moves, so now that I have the moves, I can break the rocks, I think that's how you say that. So, you already saw me do this once, but yeah, you just sort of hold the button instead of tapping it. I kind of thought that this would replace your ground pound, but you can still do it just by doing that. Turns out the Jinjo, which was the most important thing in this room, was just sitting out there and was not trapped under a rock. Ah well, it wasn't a waste of time, I promise. Alright, now I suppose we could go into that crushing shed, because there's gold in them thar giant boulders. But just that one, there's definitely not any gold in this giant pile of glittery stuff. Trust me, I've checked. So we got a crushing shed. It's kind of scary, but... Whoops. You only take 1 damage, and the real... These just look really funny. Alright, let's speed this up. See exactly what's gonna happen. Or do you? No. So we got the rock through here. And it grinds the rock up into a bunch of pieces. And then, oh hey look, gold! Hey wait a minute, where's my jiggy? I don't want any regular gold biscuits. I want jigsaw-shaped golden biscuits. Hey, I wonder if I run into this thing, it'll chop me up into little bits. No, it'll just take 1 damage. And conveniently, it turns off the crushers, so making getting out of here a lot easier. Well, I guess we should pick up the gold biscuits. I don't know why I'm calling them gold biscuits. That's definitely not what they're called, but that sounds more fun than nugget to me right now. Maybe it's because I'm recording this earlier in the morning than the previous 2 segments, so I'm thinking about breakfast. As you heard, they did a really neat little thing with that jiggy where, you know, I collected it in 3 pieces, so played the Jiggy tune 3 times, but it started off short and got longer each time. I love little additions like that. Oh my goodness, I went in here a second time and didn't pick up the Globo, even though it's still really easy to find. You probably saw it when I got into this level. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're just gonna do all the magic stuff in this segment. Get it out of the way. Well, maybe out of the way is a little harsh, because it is pretty fun. So now that we have the Globo, we can go in here. Alright. Are you going to ignore me too? You are? Oh, that's so mean of you. Acknowledge my presence. I'm pressing the B button. Okay. I don't know why they're giving me such a hard time today. Or I'll just walk around the pool and then throw it in. Alright. Alright. Well, thankfully well, no, I gotta talk to at least one more person in this level. So, if I get to that part in this segment, then you'll get to watch me press B and have nothing happen again. Won't that be exciting? So yeah, now I'm a detonator. It's kind of sad because I can't attack anything without hurting myself. And I only have 4 health, so I will refrain from using my attack. Thankfully, when you actually use your ability on this thing, which is what this thing is for, it doesn't harm you. I guess because... Well, I guess normally detonators don't have explosives loaded onto them, but I guess this one just does, because otherwise how would I be able to explode and hurt people? But I'm using different explosives when I go up into that thing, so... Oh no, there's a thing up there. I hope I don't need to do that. Cross that bridge when we get to it. There is at least one blowy-uppy thing with this power that is completely optional because I use that shortcut into the water. So, I think I'll be fine. I'm gonna open up a way for this animated box. It's funny because it's like it clearly doesn't need to use the train tracks because it's just hovering above them, but yeah, I'm not going in there. That's actually just the way to the next level. That's one thing that's kind of neat about this game, is that all the levels are intertwined like that. But that's for later. Grab some more notes. I might have all the notes for this levels, or well, except for this one. I haven't been keeping track. Unless I'm mistaken, there is maybe one more thing I can do with this little dude. Well, there's 2, but the other one, like I said earlier, is just another entrance into that water maze. Let's use self-destruct, then get health. You know, I like how this thing is able to swim somehow. I mean, yeah, it's able to hop up and down, but it can't really do that in the water. It just sort of like pumps its plunger thing up and down, and that propels itself through the water, which, you know, doing that normally would harm me, as it just did. I was honestly expecting me to, you know, press the B button, which is the button to warp, on top of the warp pad, and instead self-destruct 3 times in one thing. That would have been just absolute perfection. Yeah, luckily plungers apparently don't seem to have any sort of fall damage. So if it falls, it won't explode. Well, unless it falls on its handle, I guess. You know, the first time I saw those TNT barrels, I thought, okay, well, this is really simple. You just gotta, you know, shoot some fire eggs at it, and then, oh, that's not good enough? Okay, grenade eggs. Clearly an explosion next to an explosive barrel will blow it up, but nope, you need to be playing as a plunger and then stand next to it. This game has very complex rules that are frequently broken and are not very consistent, but they are rules and we must abide by them when the game tells us to abide by them. Alright. Believe that's all the magic that we'll be doing for this game, for this level. All the magic in this level is gone. Nah, I'm kidding you. So we're gonna jump in the pool, and then we're gonna go back to being a bear and bird. What if a transformation turned us into an actual bear? You know, like a really, you know, like the big, scary kind of bear. That'd be really cool. Well, I think it'd be kind of cool. You have to use it to go fishing, and then you grab twigs and berries, and then of course you find some campers in a campsite, because this would clearly be happening at some like random forest level, and then you would eat them, probably. Bears eat people, right? I think I read about that somewhere. So we're gonna go into this thing that we opened up, and I know I'm gonna regret doing this, but yeah, there's a bird in here, and for those of you who have played this game, she's probably the worst character in all of the Banjo-Kazooie games because of how much pain she has caused most of us. I'm not really sure why it's a humanoid canary that they put in. There's really not that many humans in this game to begin with, but we're gonna blow her up. And by blow her up, I mean jump in front of her. You don't need grenade eggs for that. You can just sort of peck at it. But I wanted to make it look like she might suffer, because she does do some terrible things later on in this game. Not legitimately terrible things, but she withholds collectibles from me, and for that she must suffer. So she flies and flies and flies and flies and flies. But she's not leaving this level because... she does have jiggies on her. But just setting her free from a prison that she's probably been in for a long time wasn't good enough. We gotta do something else. Is this box breakable? Let's find out. It does say fragile. That was weird. Alright. Alright, let's get out of here before we die. I wonder what kind of gas that is. Kind of looks like the same color that, you know, a fart gas would be in a cartoon or something. I don't even know. You don't really see that much machinery being used in this mine, so I don't think it's harsh fumes from that. Well, I guess I've alluded to that character over there that's doing a thing, so I guess we'll show off the awful thing that she's going to do. So she goes, yeah, there was a broken minecart over here, and I have mechanical skills, I guess, or something. So let's race. Yeah, I fixed it and put it back on the track. Well, it was already on the track, so you mostly just fixed it. Alright. Make a save state. Yeah. So you're gonna race, and you're just going to tap the A button as fast as you can. And it's not all that great. Well, the first time it happens, it's not that bad, but at least the music is nice. That's what I'm probably going to say things about this game that are... As much as I love this game, I have noticed its different flaws, and usually my response to that afterwards is, at least the music is nice. So while you may be doing something that you don't enjoy immensely, I still enjoy it. At least the music is nice. Stop saying, at least the music is nice. Although there's not really a whole lot to comment. Now I'm just racing in a minecart. Pretty easy the first time around, but don't worry, it'll get a lot harder later on. If you have played this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. My original run-through of this game got all but 2 jiggies, and one of the jiggies was from her. There's the stink of evil from below, from Yeah, if you didn't get that reference, I'm not going to explain what it was. Sorry. Oh yeah, and now we get some disgusting dialogue. Apparently all of the collectibles that she gives you have been wedged in different parts of her, yeah. That was a fine race. You know, weren't your wings, you know, warmed up from flying all the way over here? I knew there was a thing up here. So we're gonna get this thing. It's covered in soot. Oh wait, that's just the regular color for it. We're gonna hop back on and we're gonna race again. Isn't that great? I said we're gonna... Okay, there we go. 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, and as you can see, she's more difficult because she's ahead of me for once. It was pretty far ahead most of the game. Now the strategy I've been told, which doesn't really need to be implored in this particular one because she's really easy in the first 2 times you race her, but apparently you're supposed to stick around behind her for most of the race and then go crazy on the button at the very end to pass her up before she has a chance to do anything, because her speed is apparently variable and based on yours, so yeah, no matter how fast you go, I guess she's just programmed to go faster than you. So if you go really slow, then she won't go that much faster, but she probably does have a minimum speed threshold, so don't think that'll work that well. But luckily, this race isn't one of those difficult ones, and bam! I was going kind of fast, but it did not re-break the minecart. So that's nice. I guess I should probably grab that Jinjo that we've seen twice now, but they won't let you collect. It's been wedged in my... No! I don't want to know where it's been. Yes, I'm going to ignore you for a lot of the game. Alright, just gonna forget about wherever the heck that's been. And we're going to open this up. I'm going to just bounce in here and make sure it is what I think it is. Yep, it is what I think it is. Yup, more first-person segments. Not doing it this time around. We'll wait for next time. And once again, that area is difficult, but contains some of my favorite music in the whole game, so... At least it has good music. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Alright, so let's just go over here, hop on the pad, we're gonna warp over to that, and we're gonna go grab that Jinjo while we got the time. Don't have a ton to talk about, just going to grab the Jinjo. We're gonna follow this track so that I don't lose it. Might actually have been closer to Mumbo's skull now that I think about it, but I know it's in one of these tunnels. Alright, there it is. Alright. Okay. Well, I think I'd say I have time for about one more thing to get accomplished in this level, and then we'll call it a day. Alright. Is this the right area I want to be in? Oh, it is, wow. I kinda thought it wasn't. Let's go investigate that train that we lifted up with Mumbo earlier. There's probably something interesting in there. Don't worry, none of them explode or anything. Promise! And we go inside the train, and the whole thing explodes like in Back to the Future Part 3. Yeah, the train announces that it is a train and has a control pad. There aren't really a whole lot of controls next to the control pad, but trust me, it is a control pad. Oh no! It's time for another boss. We want to use your train. I'll fight you for it. You're supposed to be a merry old soul. Soul. Funny puns with on the word soul. So yeah, there are many different ways to fight this boss. You can just tap on him. You can throw eggs at him. This boss is actually really easy if you went and got grenade eggs like I did. Because each one is going to do a significant amount of damage to him. Normally I use, didn't get grenade eggs, probably just firing regular old eggs at him worked just fine. It's damage, but, takes longer. Perhaps I should sit down and talk about this. Yeah, very similar to the Black Knight from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So as you can see, I have beaten another boss, and this one only took about 30 seconds, maybe? It was really easy. So now we have an awesome train, and even though we did just see him blow up, he'll be talking to us because he'll still be operating this train for us. Isn't that nice of him? This train will really come in handy later on. We can take it to all sorts of places. But we're not going to do it right now. And that ought to about do it for this segment. But before I go, let's do something dumb. Well, I already said it was dumb, so let's see where the train goes. I wouldn't go in there. There are bad things in there. Ooh. Alright, see you later.